If I want to start a business, I need to calculate what is the actual cost of hiring employees. At the beginning of the year, we will fix the standard. At the end of the year, we will match the actual cost with standard cost. So what we cannot achieve as an individual, we can achieve as a group of employees or a group of individuals. If we lose those employees, it is very difficult to get back the same expertise. Hello my dear students, I am Rajay sir, faculty Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, a Temple of Excellence. My dear students, in today's session, I am going to handle the subject Corporate Accounting 2 for 4th Sem BCom, and the topic is Human Resource Accounting. My dear students, in today's session, we are going to discuss on the topic Standard Cost Approach. In the previous session also, we were discussing so many approaches, different types of approaches. In this session, we are going to discuss on Standard Cost Approach. What do you mean by Standard Cost Approach? See, in Standard Cost Approach, we will fix some standard. For every expenses, we will fix some standard, and after that, at the beginning of the year, we will fix the standard. At the end of the year, we will match the actual cost with standard cost, and if there is any variance or if there is any differences, we will try to reduce the differences, and also we should always, on the base of the standard cost only, we have to take decisions. Next one, this approach has been suggested by David Watson. So David Watson is the person. This concept has been developed by David Watson. Next one, according to this approach, standard cost of recruiting. So here, what is the standard for recruitment? So what are the actual expenses for recruitment? We have to provide advertisement. We have to provide, we have to encourage all youths to apply for the job, isn't it? So we have to spend so much of amount. It may be print media, or it may be any other social media, or it may be television. So like that, we have to provide the advertisement. So for that, and also sometimes we have to provide the transportation facility for the candidates who wants to apply for the job. Next one, hiring. Hiring means selection. Though we have to select the right person, we have to conduct so many training, examinations, so many things. So for that also, some expenses happens. What is the expense of hiring? After that, after hiring, we have to provide training. So we have to increase the skill of the employees, isn't it? So they may coming from different background, different area. So they has to set to the current environment, our environment. So we have to provide the training in order to increase or enhance the standards, work quality of the employees, their mindset. We have to increase the standard of the employees. Next one, and developing. So we have to provide training. So every day, day by day, the value, the experience of the human resource are increasing. When the person joins to institution, he may be having only degree qualification. He doesn't having any skills how to perform the job in a right way. So we have to provide the training, and we have to develop his personality, his skills, communication skills, how to do the job and task. So we have to provide him the training and experience. After once he get the experience, so he will develop both physically and in work related, and also in intrapersonal, interpersonal, there we can see the development. So for this, we need some expenses. So per grade of employees, for example, in that employees semi-skilled, so we have to set a standard. What is the actual expenses to maintain semi-skilled employees? So what is the grade? So lower level skill. So unskilled employees, what is the maintenance and other expenses for unskilled employees? So for skilled employees, so what are the expenses, maintenance, hiring, recruitment for the skilled employees? And also highly skilled employees, what are the expenses, what we have to know, what is the cost for maintaining, development and training for the high skilled employees? So retaining high skilled employees is very, very difficult because of competition. So many other organizations also trying to headhunt. What do you mean by headhunt? So they may take away our best employees who has already trained and who knows the secret of our business. So it is very difficult to maintain them. So on the base of their grade, we have to determine what is the actual standard cost to that particular grade of employees, including all these facilities. So we have to set a standard before, no, in the opening of the year and at the end of the year. That means we have to plan that. At the end of the year, we have to compare what is the standard cost or predetermined cost compared to actual cost. If there is any variance, for example, standard cost to maintain 10 employees of semi-skilled, it is 1 lakh rupees per year. Let's assume 1 lakh rupees. But at the end of the year, the actual cost is 1,25,000. 1,25,000. That means, so we could not match to the standard cost. That means still we have to improve our system. Still we have to improve our system, and also we should bring down the cost. We have to bring down the cost. Management will take the decision regarding how to bring down the cost and how to reduce the cost. That is called as cost cutting. Next one, the standard cost so arrived at for all human beings employed in the organization is the value of human resource for accounting purpose. For the accounting purpose, the standard cost is fixed for all types of human resource of the employees on the basis of their skills, performance, on the nature of the work. We will fix a standard cost for each and every department, each and every variants of job. Next one, the approach is easy to explain and can work as a suitable basis for control purpose through the techniques of variance analysis. So what do you mean variance analysis? Already I told you. So what is the difference? What is the variance between standard and actual cost? So in order to, by analyzing the variance, by implementing the variance analysis, we can understand what is the standard deviation. So what is the other where we could not meet the expectation, where we could not touch, or where we cannot go parallel to the standard cost. So that's why by utilizing this type of standard cost, it's very, very easy to explain to the employees. It is very easy to understand to the accountants or other departments workers in our institution. So we can easily control the cost by adopting the standard cost techniques. Next one, however, determination of the standard cost for each grade of employees is a toughest job. So on what basis we can improve or we can calculate the cost of that employee? So can we expect, or can we know, or can we understand how many months or how many years we can retain that employee? No, it is very difficult to calculate the actual value of the asset. We don't know the skills, so we cannot understand the inner skills of the employees. Even though we may measure on what actual performance they are doing, but they may be having other abilities to perform other jobs also, but we don't know. They are not done that particular job in our institution, isn't it? So on the basis of the present work, calculating the cost is a wrong method. So instead of knowing, so if you provide other training, he may do that particular job with more effectiveness compared to others also. Since he has not got the training, he may not do that particular job. So once he got the training, he will improve his performance and standards. So on what basis we can calculate, on what basis we can assess the actual value or actual cost of the employee, isn't it? So for example, in the historical cost also, so if we don't know the life of the asset, how we can calculate the depreciation, how we can return of the depreciation? For example, if the machinery is 10 years, we can expect the life of the machinery is 10 years. We can reduce every day. For example, the cost of the machine is 1 lakh rupees. Every year, if we reduce 10,000 rupees as a depreciation at the end of the 10th year, so we can expect the machinery value will be 0. But in case of human resource, day by day, as he gets more experience, as he works more, his experience will increases, his skill is increases. So how can we depreciate his value? Isn't it? So as his knowledge improves, he may give more suggestion, he may enhance his performance. And also I gave one example on that day. So 2-3 years back, a girl was a scavenger. Now she is a wonderful IRS officer. So she studied well and she got a job. So can you, before when she was a scavenger, her value was only 10,000 rupees. Now her value is lakhs together. So immediately within 1 or 2 years, her performance increased, her value is increased. So on what basis we can calculate the human resource? We cannot treat as actual resource, actual assets in the balance sheet. That's why we are using so many other techniques. Next point, present value approach. According to this approach, the value of the human resource of an organization is determined according to their present value to the organization. So what is the actual value if we hire them, if we provide the other benefits, training and also development program? So what is the actual cost comparing to the present situation? On the basis of present value, we will calculate the cost of the employee or maintenance cost of the employee. For example, every year the salary what we are paying, it is increasing. So in last year I am paying only 10,000 rupees per month. This year I am paying 12,000 rupees per month for every employee. That means that we have to take the actual cost. The present value of the human resource is 12,000, not historical cost. Historical cost means what is the actual cost when we paid while purchasing the asset. That is the actual or historical cost. But we cannot maintain historical cost in the books of accounts in case of employees. In case of human resource, so we have to, day by day inflation is increasing, day by day hiring cost and also training cost and development cost is increasing, and also day by day the expectation from the employees is increasing and their performance is also increasing. So on the base of compared to other institution, other organization who are providing or who are treating the employees, for example semi-skilled employees, semi-skilled or high-skilled employees. So what is the actual cost compared to other organization? So they are also, for example, company A is also paying 15,000, company B is also paying 15,000 and company C also 15,000 salary for all the employees in that particular grade. So the actual present value of the cost is 50,000 rupees that particular grade. So on the base of other organization, other departments, we will take all the information from other departments and other organization. So we will fix the value or we will fix the cost on the present nature or present situation in the market. Next one, for determination of the present value of a number of valuation models have been developed. So to determine the present value of the human resource, there are so many models has been developed in the accounting system. Some of the important models are as follows. So what are those? The total cost approach is very, very important. So what do you mean the total cost approach? The total cost of the nation. For example, in this grade, so there are A, B, C, D grade of employment is available. So for A grade throughout the nation, so what actually, or for example average cost we will take. What is the average cost or what is the average value for A grade work? For example, throughout nation, if you take average, it will be 1 lakh rupees. For every month, you have to pay 1 lakh rupees for A grade workers. B grade, let's take 75,000. C grade 50,000. And D grade is 25,000 per month. So on the base of grade, throughout the nation, total cost. So it is not only one organization. So in that industry, in that particular industry, for example, cottage industry, or for example, manufacturing industry. So what is the manufacturing industry? For A grade officials, 1 lakh rupees per month. For B grade officials, semi-skilled. These are all semi-skilled. These are highly skilled, skilled, semi-skilled, low skilled. So on the base of grade, we will fix the, and also other performance models also we can calculate. Next one, this approach has been suggested by Professor N. Das Gupta in the year 1978. So this approach has been developed by the Das Gupta in the year of 1978. According to him, the various approaches suggested in the previous pages. So whatever we have discussed in the previous cost system, that also taken, and also who are employed and ignored those who are unemployed. So in the previous pages, only we have taken the actual cost who are actually employing, but we left out those who are not employed or those who left the job. We could not take the actual value of those. So but in this system, we have considered that value also, as when we take throughout nation value of the human cost, we have taken this amount also. In case of value of human resource of the nation is to be determined, it should be done in a manner that it brings its preview both employed and unemployed person. So when we take a nation, throughout nation, when we consider throughout the nation as a base for our accounting system or human resource accounting system, we should take both unemployed and also employed. We should come to average. We should come to average cost. So next one, the system should be such that it fits in preparation of the balance sheet. So it should be fit enough, or it should be having a qualities to take in the balance sheet. Next one, showing the human resource not only of a firms but also as a whole nation's asset. So human resources are the assets of the nation, not only for firm. It is a asset of the nation. So through human resource only we can achieve the goal. We can achieve the goal of the organization. So that's why we have to take for the whole nation as a base for our calculation. Next one, what are the importance of human resource accounting? So human resource accounting helps the management in the decision making process relating to the various matter. So if I want to start a business, I need to calculate what is the actual cost of hiring employees. Without employees, can we start a business? Can we run an institution? Can we run a business? No. So in order to start the business, in order to achieve the goal, so what is institution? What is individual? What is organization? So organization means it is a group of individuals is called as organization. What do you mean by institution? A group of employees, a group of individuals will become institution or organization. So what we cannot achieve as an individual, we can achieve as a group of employees or a group of individuals. So in order to, we have to calculate. So how to hire them, how to train them, what is the cost to hiring and training and maintaining the good employees. So when we get the goodwill of the institution, when we have good employees in our organization, if they are happy, yes, we will get the goodwill for the institution or organization or business. That's why calculation of human resources is very, very important. And then only when we have the actual cost of the employees, then we can reduce the cost or we can improve the benefit for the employees. The employment, locating and utilization of the human resource is very, very important. So employment, so providing employment to the existing human resource. Next one, locating and utilization of human resource. So we have to identify, for example, if you go to rural area, there are so many wonderful human resource are available, but they are not having enough training. They are not having enough development. So if you provide development and training for them, they will become wonderful assets for the country, for the organization. They will be productive, isn't it? So when they did not give the actual training, they will become unproductive. For it may be organization also, to the nation also. So if the human resource will become liability for the country, it is very difficult for any country or for any nation. So when the human resource, all human resource, when they become the assets for the country, they should earn, they should take their own decisions, they should earn for their own self-development, they should earn. So ultimately they have to pay the tax. Once they earn, they will get the salary. They will get the salary means flow of money will more in the economy. They will invest in some other investment, purchase of our products. Ultimately, the country will develop. Production increases, demand increases, country will develop. That's why the human resource should be asset for the country, not the liability. Next one, transfer. We have to transfer the information, human resource information for the higher authority to take the decisions. Next one, promotion. So we have to transfer human resource from one place to another place. So from promotion means giving the same, transferring one person to another place with some more grade, more salary. Next one, training. We have to provide enough training. For example, in the existing faculty or existing human resource only, we have to provide the training sometimes. But in sometimes we have to hire new employees and provide the training. Next one, retrenchment of human resource. That means removing the human resource who is not productive in the organization after providing enough training and after doing development activities. Even though after the human resource is not productive enough to the organization, we have to leave them and we have to continue with the future human resource who comes to business. Next one, planning for physical assets versus human resource. Like that, what we plan for the purchasing and maintaining of the physical assets. So like that only we have to plan for the hiring and training and also retrenchment of the human resource. Or understand. Next one, evaluation of the expenditure incurred for imparting future education and training to the employees in terms of the benefits derived from the firm. See, what do you mean by that? So we have to evaluate, we have to make so much of resource and we have to collect the information and we should evaluate, we have to examine the resource. Are we providing, are we having enough human resource, are we getting enough human resource so that we can reduce the cost of the human resource, we can improve the performance quality of the human resource. When the human resource quality improves, ultimately the cost what we are spending on them will reduce us, so compared to their performance. So are we doing that? So and also education. So what education, in order to provide education to make them aware, so and also we can reduce the cost on that. So if we have information, enough information on that, so we can utilize in a proper way for development purpose. Next one, identifying the causes of higher labor turnover at a various level and taking the preventive measures contain it. What do you mean by that? For example, because of some reasons, our wonderful employees, skilled employees are going out of the business. So when they, or if they go out of the business, again it will be costly for the business in order to again bringing the new person and providing the training and also keeping the standard to the existing faculty or existing human resource, or those who left who are having the more experience and more skill. Replacing the same skill, same experience, expertise is very difficult. So that's why we have to retain the human resource who are very skillful, very productive and very future oriented human resource should be retained in the business. Next one, locating the real causes for low return on them. What do you mean by that? So there may be so many problems. We may not providing enough salary for them. We may not providing enough resource. We may not providing enough benefits for the human resource compared to other organization. So what are the problems? So internal problems in development of human resource we are facing. In order to identify those problems, human resource accounting is very important. Next one, a financial analyst is interested in understanding and assessing inner strength of the firm. So as a financial analyst, so we have to understand what is the inner strength, who is inner strength of our organization. Human resource are the inner strength. If the human resource is having, if we are having wonderful human resource, if we are having very expert, very expertise, very experienced human resource, so then that is the strength of the organization. That is the strength of the organization. So we have to retain the strength of the organization. Such inner strength does not merely depend on the physical assets owned and possessed by the firm. So if you have only building, wonderful building, good machinery, good infrastructure is not enough. We should have a good, wonderful expert or employees. We should have very experienced and skillful employees. Then only we can call it as a wonderful assets for the company. Next one, it also depends upon the type of human resource available to the firm. So it may be geographical area. For example, if you go to Bangalore, if you go to Delhi, so you may get all types of human resource, both highly skilled and low skilled. If you go to other village area, because of some other reason, it is very difficult to get, sometimes, not every time, sometimes it is very difficult to get highly skilled employees because of lack of transportation, lack of any other benefits and facility. So next one, the vigilant, dynamic and responsible management can steer the company well through most adverse and unfavorable circumstances. So if the management is effective, if the management is clever enough to maintain the human resource, to retain the human resource, then the management will be successful. That's why, so we have to dynamic human resource. We should be dynamic and responsible management only can retain the good human resource in the country, the effective human resource in the organization or in the country. Next one, in case of human resource, especially the managerial resource at the disposal of a firm are impartially and systematically valued and disclosed in the financial. What do you mean by financial statement? What do you mean by that? See, the management, no, the person who is in the management level, the employees who are in the management level are very high skilled employees. If we lose those employees, it is very difficult to get back the same expertise, get back the same human resource to the company. So that's why we have to retain the existing employees who are highly skilled, highly experienced, highly knowledgeable in the country or in the company. If we drain to other company, so they will relieve our secrets, they will relieve our methods, they will relieve our important techniques. It will be disastrous for the company if we could not retain the existing human resource. That's why the managerial human resource is very, very important. Even though some unskilled employees may come and go, some semi-skilled employees may come and go, but skilled and highly skilled employees is very important. The two in management level, it is very important to retain them. It will be valuable information for the person interested in making the long-term investment in the firm. So we have to make long-term investment in the development of the human resource. We have to provide enough facilities for the human resource. Long-term facility should be available. Then only we can retain the existing employee. We should provide peaceful environment. We should provide training, development. So all these important points is included here. Next one, the human resource accounting helps individual employees in improving their performance and bargaining power. So when we have information, for example, if we have information 10,000 rupees we are paying every month, 10,000 rupees we are paying. So they will be having all proof. They will compare with other similar organization. They will compare with other similar organization who are paying 15,000. They are paying 15,000. So they will compare. See, if you have information, they will start to compare with other similar type of organization with similar geographical area. What they will do, they will ask, yes, we are getting other firms, employees, same skill, same grade, same job, same, they are getting 15,000. Why you are paying 10,000 rupees? You pay 15,000 rupees. Treat them equal to other employees. That's why human resource accounting is very important. Then they can bargain. The human resource accounting will give the power to employees, at the same time employees and also management to bargain. If we are paying 20,000 rupees, so we can ask employees, see, we are paying 20,000 rupees, other organizations are paying only 15,000 rupees, please work with more effectiveness, with more performance. We can ask. So we will, human resource accounting will give bargaining power for both management and workers. It makes each of them conscious of the contribution of that he is making towards the betterment of the firm, vice versa, the expenditure incurred by the firm. See here, both employees and employer will be very conscious about the amount what they are paying. See, employer is very conscious. Yes, I am paying huge salary compared to other organizations, so I can get more work done. I can get effective. I need effective workers. I need I need quality in work. At the same time, employees also can compare to other organization. So compared to other organizations, our management is providing more benefits, more salary. So we should work with more effective way. That's why both will be conscious about their work and salary and other benefits. So human beings cannot be allowed like other physical assets. So we cannot treat human beings like other physical assets because we cannot expect the life of the asset. But other assets we can expect 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But we cannot expect the term of the human beings. So and also their knowledge, it will be changing. Okay, for example, yesterday he was a wonderful doctor. Because of accident, he lost his power. Because of accident, he lost his mind power. So he is not a doctor now. Immediately his value has been reduced. That's why we cannot calculate the human resource. Next one, tax law do not recognize human beings as an asset. So our tax law will not recognize human beings as an asset or as accounts. But in accounts we can recognize them as an asset. But in tax law it is not possible. Hence human resource or accounting or remains merely as a theoretical concept. So keeping a human resource as an asset is only theoretically it is possible, but practically it is impossible. There is no generally accepted concept. All institutions are not accepting human resource as an asset. Some of them treat them as asset. Some of them may give more value than asset. And also some organizations may reduce the value compared to other organizations. The mode of the presentation has also yet to be codified. So we have to codify. We should bring a generally accepted rules what we are having for accounts. We should have in a human resource also. Still we need research. Still we need development and training, and also we need more conceptual knowledge in the human resource development. The next one, the value of the human resource depends on large number of abstract factors not measurable in physical in price monetary terms. So what do you mean by that? So with price with salary we cannot measure the human resource. Someone working for not for salary, they are working for the other benefits, for reputation they are working, for because of power what they get in the management they are working for that. How can you measure in terms of money? Assets we can measure in terms of money, but accounting money measurement concept says we should measure those things which are measurable in terms of money should be shown in the books of accounts. Someone working for money, someone working for other reason, isn't it? So that's why it is impossible. So in the next session, we are going to solve the problems on human resource. Till then, thank you so much. Let's meet in the next session.